Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Mind of Mandy. I'll move the microphone a little closer. So, today is not the planned episode I had because what I recorded is going to require a lot of editing. So, we're just going to make this video or podcast, I'm sorry, and go with it. So the topic for today is my fur babies, the kitty cats. I am a crazy cat lady. I would save all the world's cats if I could. Unfortunately, I can't, but I do have 4. As I said, crazy cat lady. So I'm going to tell you how each cat came into my life, a little bit about each cat, and what it's like living with each cat. So we are going to... And if they happen to make an appearance, for those of you who are watching this on video, I will show you. If you don't watch this on video or they don't show up, you can see pictures of the kitties and videos of the kitties on any of my socials. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. That's where I'm at. Anyway, we're going to start off with my oldest fur baby, Mr. Catbutt. Yes, his name is Cat Butt. And how I ended up with Cat Butt. At the time, I was living down in a different town, and me and my ex-husband, we were remodeling the kitchen. And so we had to take up the floors. Well, we had figured out there was a mouse problem. The joys of living out in the middle of the country. And his solution was to put out a glue trap. That would be fine for someone who wasn't extremely sensitive like I am. And I saw a mouse had found one of the glue traps, and I bawled my eyes out. Like, I seriously was crying because this poor little mouse was stuck and I couldn't get him off. I couldn't. So this poor little guy just died. And it broke my heart. And I'm like, if we had a cat, that's natural. There wouldn't be the suffering. And so after going back and forth for a while, he's like, all right, just go to a shelter, look around, and see. But no, I'm not going to promise you that I'll be okay with getting a cat. All right, whatever. So the first shelter I went to was one in the town I was living in at the time. And normally cats come up to me. They're all lovey and sweet. And it was a really weird day. And all these cats were just walking away. And I'm like, okay, what the hell? What the hell's going on? Is my energy off? And all of a sudden, this white fur ball starts climbing my jeans and my coat. Because we're in the middle of February. It's fucking cold. And this little white fur ball starts licking my face. And I'm like, all right, apparently I've been adopted. The shelter worker told me, you don't want that cat, he's mean. As this sweet little kitty, I mean, he was a year old at the time, but the sweet kitty was licking my face. I'm like, what is he doing? Taste testing me? I'm taking him. I mean, that's all it took was just for this cat to decide that I was his human. And so they take him up to the office. I go and I get the carrier, I get cat food, I get everything I need, and take him home. And it took a while. He wasn't feeling good. You could tell he wasn't feeling good. There's something wrong with him. And took him to a vet, and the first vet was just like, I don't know what's going on. And then the second vet I took him to, who is amazing, she was like, oh, I think he has allergies. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, well, we could do an allergy test, but it's really expensive. I'm like, we will figure this out through trial and error. And for a long time, we had cat butt on a really expensive medicine and really expensive cat food, and it wasn't helping. And then I happened to figure out, I was watching Animal Planet, and they had this show about cats, and they were talking about this breed called a Komani. And everything, all the distinctive indicators were there. And so he got a DNA test. Turns out he is a fucking Komani. I adopted this cat that should have cost me anywhere between $3,000 and $10,000, depending on what breeder you get one from. I got them for $25 from a shelter. What's interesting with these cats is they tend to have an allergy to grains. So we put Cat Butt on a grain-free diet, and other than his seasonal allergies, because he does have like seasonal allergies, pollens, that kind of thing, and we do give him allergy medicine for that, but he's now very chunky. We jokingly call him Fat Butt. Him a big boy. Male Komani should not weigh more than 10 to 12 pounds and he's lost weight and down to 15. We're so proud of him. He lost weight. But Cat Butt actually has this really neat ability, and I deal with anxiety, panic attacks, and PTSD, and he can sense that I'm going into an episode before even I know I'm getting ready to go into an episode, and he'll calm me down. So I've actually had him certified as my emotional support animal. He's not trained. He is not a service animal by any means. I'm not sitting here saying that he is a service animal, but he is an emotional support animal. He does help me with my anxiety and my panic attacks. Cat Butt, he is a very vocal cat. Komanis are the one cat breed that are known to be more vocal than a Siamese. Yes, he is a very vocal kitty, and if his food dish, either one of them, because we have 2 food dishes, if they are not at least 3/4 full, it is full meltdown. He has a full-on meltdown. He is meowing. He is complaining. He's very, very talkative. And it gets hilarious. Like, he'll talk to my fiance. They have full-on conversations. And I'd love to say that when they're arguing, my fiance wins, but in fact, he does not. Cat Butt usually wins. Here's one of the cute things that Cat Butt does. It is so funny. Like, at night when we're getting ready for bed, I'm usually in the bed trying to relax before my fiance comes into bed. And Cat Butt will be up there on the bed with me. And as soon as he hears my fiance getting ready to come in the bedroom, he'll jump off the bed, go under the bed to his side of the bed, and then meow at my fiance to pick him up and put him in the bed when he was just on the bed. He could have waited until my fiance got in the bed, but no, he had to jump off the bed, go under the bed to his side, and then be like, meow. And my fiance is like, fine, come here, I'll pick you up and put you in bed. I'm like, dude, you were just in the bed. He is such a character. Cat Butt he's been in my life for 9 years now, and I would not trade him for the world. I pray that I have another 20 with him. And so Cat Butt, being the type of cat he is and his personality, he has welcomed many kitties into my life. He is a great foster, adoptive brother, dad, whatever you want to call it. He is great with new kittens coming in. He has dealt with so many over the years. And that's what I love. One of the many things I love about Mr. Cat Butt. Cat Butt is just the most awesome cat. That brings us to the queen herself, Villain. Villain's full name is Villain the Maniacal Kitty. And how she got that name all starts with the day that I got her. So I was up, I think I was that week visiting my grandparents. And at the time, one of my best friends lived nearby. And her husband was coming home from work one morning. He worked 3rd shift, and he heard the squeak, and he thought it was one of the kids' toys because they had 5 littles at home at the time. Until kittens started crawling up his leg. There were 5 kittens in his van. The window didn't go up all the way, so there was a small crack, maybe 3-4 inch crack. And apparently some mama cat put her babies in the van, even though she couldn't get in herself. Well, he gets home, He takes the kittens in. 4 of them were sweet, they were loving, and then there was this little feisty one that would not let anyone anywhere near her. She hissed, she spat, she pawed, and she was just not having it. And so my friend calls me, she's like, I don't know what to do with this kitten. Like, I have no idea. She won't let me get close. I don't want to stress her out. I'm like, all right, I'll be up there. Just give me about 20 minutes. And so I go up to her house, and there's this little black and white tuxedo kitten just being all sorts of 5 ways of mean. I just can't help it. I have a thing for psychotic cats. It is a long-standing history. And I picked this kitten up, and there's the growling, the hissing, the spitting, and I'm just like, oh my God, you're mine. I'm taking you home. Seriously, and I thought Villain was a boy. And, staying with my grandparents, I told my grandparents, hey, this kitten's coming home. I'm sorry, you're just going to have to deal with the kitten for a few days. And they were okay with it. And we went to go get ice cream, but I didn't want to leave the kitten at home or at my grandparents' house because it was a big house. The kitten would have gotten lost. So I just took the kitten with me. And there's this little kitten, this little fur ball sitting on my shoulder. The kitten was chilling like a villain. And that is how we got Villain's name. Villain the Maniacal Kitty. Villain, it's funny, is I took Villain in to get neutered because I thought Villain was a boy. And I picked Villain up from the surgery. And this poor little vet tech comes in and he's just like, Villain's neuter went great. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, I think you have the wrong cat. And he's like, Villain, the Maniacal Kitty. I'm like, yeah. Well, her spay went great. I'm like, I brought my cat in to be neutered. Are you sure you have the right cat? And I'm getting frustrated because he keeps saying that my male cat was spayed. The vet comes in and she's just laughing. She goes, Mandy, it turns out Villain's a girl. It had to be spayed. I'm like, oh, shit. So my little boy Villain could turn into my little princess Villain. Princess is now 7, and she is a fucking queen. Do not mistake this at all. Villain is a queen. She gets her way. She demands. She's just very picky. And when I was with my ex, she would hide for weeks on end. We wouldn't see her. And there are times in which I seriously thought she'd gotten out, and because I didn't see her. The first time she met my fiance, she comes out of the woodwork and just goes right up to him and starts loving on him. I'm just like, the fuck? Really? And then when me and my fiance, we moved to Houston, and she walked right up to him. He put her in the cat carrier with no arguments. This is a cat who would go batshit ballistic about being put in the carrier. But oh no. My fiance puts her in the carrier. It's no big deal. And ever since then, she is a social kitty. Well, a lot more social than she is. If you were to come over, you'd have to come over 3 or 4 times before you'd even see her. That's just the way she is. We've accepted it. We don't force her to come out and see anyone. But now Villain has her emotional support human. And that is what my fiance is to her. He is her emotional support human. She prefers him. And it's so cute. Every day about 2 o'clock, she will start. She doesn't meow. She squeaks. The only time Villain meows is when she has caught the stuffed mouse at 2:30 in the morning and has to sing the songs of her people. So at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, she squeaks at my fiance and it's like, it's bedtime. It's nap time. It is nap time, sir. Come in the house, because he's usually outside smoking. Come in the house and take your nap. We need to nap. And if my fiance does not nap with her, she throws a fit. A full-on fit. And it's so cute. And she will talk to him, but she don't talk to me. because I am not the primary human in her life. That would be my fiance. Now she does this thing where she raises her one paw, and we call it the prissy paw, where she's like, ew, ew. She raises her one paw, like, oh, I don't know. It's so cute. And her little nickname is Vilvils. Like, that's what we call her, is Vilvils. And she is just the sweetest, lovingest cat once you figure out how she shows love. She does not do hard pettings well. She doesn't like a good petting. You have to softly pet her. She likes gentle pets. And she'll, when she's had enough, 5-6 pets, okay, we've had enough. But she shows love by being near you. If she loves you, she wants to be near you. And I've had to learn to accept that that's how she shows love. She'll give my fiance kisses every once in a while. I'll get one, and I'm so happy when I get one. But she loves just being around, especially my fiance. She loves being around him. She'll sit behind him on the couch. She'll nuzzle up to him in the bed. It's just the cutest thing. And that actually reminds me of another cute thing Catbutt does. So my fiance has a nice long beard, and Catbutt loves to nuzzle up in his beard every night. Catbutt has to have dad cuddle time. But anyway, back to Villain. Villain likes to, at night, at first she'll kind of lay between the two pillows. And as soon as I turn the fan on, the fan is her arch nemesis in life. I turn the fan on, she runs off. She'll come back, and I sleep with a body pillow, and she'll have to drape herself over. Her front paws have to be over my side while the rest of her body's on the pillow. She does this every night. She'll do it 5-6 times. And to me, that's her showing that she loves me. And she's always done that. And for a long time, I thought it was Catbutt doing it. But then one night I reached out, I petted, and Villain has the softest fur. It is that sleek, soft, silky fur. And I'm like, wait, this ain't Catbutt. This is Vilvils. All right. So, living with Villain is rather interesting. And now we come to the other baby girl, the spicy one. We have Jaya the Spicy Nugget, nicknamed Jai Jai. She is a lilac point Siamese. And she is fully Siamese. Like, she reminds me of that Lady in the Tramp song. We are Siamese, if you please. It is so cute. She's talkative. Not as much as Kappa, but she is still very talkative. She is your typical Siamese. She does what she wants, when she wants, and she will get spicy if you try to tell her no. Which we tell her no every day. Like, leave my plants alone. She loves messing with my aloe plant. I'll be like, get your ass out of my plant. And then every morning when I do my reading, she likes to sit on the cards and just look at me like, I'm not moving. So that gets entertaining. How we got Jaya. So there was another kitten we had, and sadly, we had to put her down. She ended up with cancer. And she wasn't even 2 years old, and that broke our heart. And we had to put her down. It was New Year's Eve of 2021. The exact day that another kitten I had a couple years before died. So I was already, remembering that, and then we had to put her down. And it broke my heart. And, we were trying to we were trying to give ourselves space. We weren't looking for another cat. And my fiance's best friend's dad had found this kitten down by the lake. Brought her in. Well, he also had a toddler in the house and a 13-year-old older Siamese. Well, it turned out Jaya was just a little too much. He couldn't handle it, and that's okay. No harm, no foul. And my fiance's best friend calls my fiance, who of course never answers because he never answers his fucking phone. Anyway, so his friend calls me. He goes, "Hey, what you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, well, I'm just grabbing something in the house, and then I'm running back up the shop. Why? What's up?" He goes, "I have a kitten." I'm like, "You have a kitten?" He goes, "I have the kitten." I'm like, "Your dad's kitten? Precious?" Because that was her original name. He goes, "Yeah, he doesn't want, he can't handle her, and he knows that you guys would give her a good home." I'm like, "Okay." And so his friend drove the kitten an hour to us at the card shop, and that's how we ended up with Jaya. We did change her name. She was super spicy when we brought her home. Like, she was spicy towards Cat Butt and Villain. Like, she took over the house and was spicy with the cats that were already in the house. She's a fucking Siamese. That's what they do. Oh my goodness. And Jaya, she is another cat that likes just to be around her humans. And depending on her mood is whether she prefers me or prefers dad. She'll spend equal time with both of us. Mornings, it's mom time because I wake up before my fiance, and she just loves spending mornings with mom. And then once dad's awake, oh, well, fuck you, mom. Dad's awake. I'm going to go harass him. And that's what she does. But she loves SpaghettiOs. I have a cat who loves SpaghettiOs. So whenever my fiance makes SpaghettiOs, he has to share with Jaya. Yeah, he has to share his lunch with a cat because she has a meltdown. He lets her lick the can, and it's so cute because then she gets this little red ring around her face. It's so cute. She does talk, as I said earlier. She's just high energy. And with Cat Butt being 10 and Villain being 7, they didn't have the high energy. But, Cat Butt tried. He tried. He still tries to keep up with her, and she lets him pretend that he's running really fast and she runs really slow. But now she has a playmate. And we'll get to him in a minute, but it's really cute because he's just a wee little guy, and she'll be playing with him and being all sweet and cute until she notices that we see her playing with the kitten. And then she gets spicy with him. She hisses, she growls, she spats at him, and it's like, honey, we already seen you playing with him. You're not fooling anyone. Really? It's so cute because they will run after each other, and that's a dead-on run. And it's not so bad back in our bedroom where we have carpet, but the rest of the house doesn't have carpet, so they slide. It's so funny watching them two play. And that brings me to the newest addition. Biscuits of the Clan Rye. King of the Chaos Gremlins. So he has just been with us maybe about a month now. So I had done a job interview. It was a virtual job interview. And I went outside to talk to my fiance about it. And as I'm talking, I'm like, I swear to God, I'm hearing a kitten. He's like, you're hearing the birds, you're hearing shit. You're not hearing a kitten. I'm like, all right, you're probably right, whatever. And so I come back in the house and I start cleaning because I had nervous energy from the interview. So I was just trying to release the energy, and I was cleaning. And as I was cleaning, I had looked out my office window and I saw him under the car, under Zippy, the older car. And I'm like, oh, sweet. He's looking to see what happened to the windshield wiper fluid. No, that's not what he's doing. So, I'm sitting here thinking he's being super sweet and I'm loving it. And all of a sudden I hear, hey, come out here. Okay. I figured he's going to show me one of the groundhogs. And I walk outside and there's this little kitten curled up under his beard. And hang on just for 1 second. Sorry, it sounded like someone was here. Anyway, so there's this little kitten, little ball of fur curled up under his beard. I'm like, oh great, we have a 4th cat. And his nose was draining, so we took him to the vet, and I have a feeling he's going to be a big boy. He's going to be a big boy. If he ever grows into his ears, he'll probably be a 30-pound cat and not be fat. Like, he's a big boy. Biscuits is super, super high energy. Like, thank God, because now Jaya has someone to run with her. His little personality is blooming now that he's feeling better. And when I first took him to the vet gave me some NutriCal, which is a high nutrition dense food, like little supplement you can give animals. And we call them the nom noms. He demands the nom noms a couple times a day. Tomorrow's going to be hell on me because, well, we are out of the nom noms. But he is so sweet. He loves to cuddle when he's in the mood to cuddle. Otherwise, he's just a pure chaos gremlin. Like, pure chaos. Pure chaos. We are in the stage of kittenhood where I equate it to having a toddler. We may have hit the terroristic threes of toddlerhood, where he's intentionally doing things we know we don't. He knows we don't want him to do to test boundaries. And all kittens do this. Just like kids, they test their boundaries. He's testing my patience every day. I have to remember, I manifested this kitten into my life because I really wanted a kitten. I wanted a kitten. I wanted another fur baby to love. And the universe is like, haha, hold my beer. Here you go. But he cuddles with us every night. Right now, he is the food dish bully. Anytime one of the other cats go to the food dish, he tries to bully them away from the food dish. Now, sweet little Vils, she'll go to the other food dish. And eventually she'll just go away and wait for him to not be around, and she'll go eat. Cat Butt just doesn't move because, well, right now, the size difference is big enough that Cat Butt's the immovable force. Now, once Biscuits gets bigger, this might change. Jaya, on the other hand, she gets spicy. And she'll shove him away. She will bite at him. Because, she's also very food motivated. All my cats are food motivated. I'm food motivated. Who am I kidding? Life with 4 cats, what's it like? Entertaining. I mean, we really don't watch a lot of TV because we have 4 cats who are insane at various times. And they get the zoomies. Anyone who has cats knows all about the post-shit zoomies, where they have just dropped a giant stinky deuce in the litter box and now they are running through the house like a madman. It gets funny. And what I have noticed in the evening is all 4 cats will, I swear they hold it in until they know we're getting ready to eat. And then all 4 of them will take turns shitting while we're trying to eat. Our house is not very big, so that smell just kind of wafts into the living room where we're eating. So, you get used to eating to the smell of cat shit. And then we have to spray, make sure everything smells good. I mean, and we do clean the litter box daily. So it's not like our house smells bad. But they do, I swear to God, they do that shit on purpose. They literally shit on purpose when we're trying to eat. But we're never alone. We always have kitties with us. They always know when we're feeling not so great. I've noticed the kitten that I talked about earlier that we had to have put down, she helped my fiance with his PTSD and his anxiety. And I've noticed that Jaya has picked that up. Like, she senses when he's not in the best of mind states, and she will go try to cheer him up. So I'm thankful that we have that he has that. I've got that in Cat, but now he has that in Jaya. And I think Biscuits is learning to do it as well. Villain needs an emotional support human, so she doesn't help much with that. But my life with cats, I'm a crazy cat lady. If I had a bigger house, I'd probably have more cats. I'm glad that my fiance tells me no on a regular basis, because I would save all the kitties, every one of them. I would get out and try to rescue every cat I see. Um, and he frequently tells me no. So that's why we don't have, 50 cats in 750 square feet. Because I would so do that. But yeah, that's my life with cats. I appreciate y'all listening to me babble on about my kitty cats. It's one of the topics in which I could go on forever about, because I fucking love my cats. If you ever meet me in person, fully expect to see multiple pictures of my cats, if you haven't already seen them on one of my socials. Like, I will gladly show you all the pictures, because everyone needs all the pictures of the kitties. I am, like with my cats, like most parents are with their kids. And if you start showing me pictures of your kids, I'm going to show you pictures of my cats, because they are the closest thing to kids I will ever have. I'm not trying to negate how cute your kids are. I'm trying to show you how cute my kids are too. I'm sharing. Understand that's part of ADHD brain. But anyway, I thank everyone for sticking around. I hope you enjoy this episode, and I look forward to talking to you in the next one. Have a good night. Toodles!